B, of course, could have the surviving factor as well. I guess the Spikosaurus effect as well. Great Cat Requiem, of course, the most destructive, the one that's going to cause the most damage as a result of
Welcome back to Robot Wars Omega Maximum Overdrive, and after 5 weeks of build-up, it is finally here, the Annihilator. Yes, our 6 Mayhem winners will fight it out to see who will become the next challenger for the Undisputed Ultimate Challenge Championship, currently being held by Roadkill 2, who won it in heartbreaking fashion last week. We know the 6 robotic hopefuls fighting out for that opportunity, but let's recap and see how they all got this far. Demolition Evo won our first Mayhem, beating Stinger on a very close judge's decision.
Despite the damage Stinger caused throughout the match, the judges felt that Demolition Evo were the more aggressive and were the more controlled. So, Demolition Evo goes through to the Annihilator.
Demolition Evo do have Annihilator experience, being a former off-camera Annihilator champion, but this is the first appearance they are making in a televised Annihilator. Robot Wars Omega Legends Turbo 4 had no issues in their Mayhem qualifier, flipping out both Marksman and Razor clean out the arena. The mighty flipper looks good. But were they as impressive as Great Cat Requiem, who punted both Hypnodisc and Storm 3 out of the arena? No celebration for Ed Hoppet this time, as Great Cat Requiem stormed on. They are joined by fellow 4 pillars of Robot Wars Omega, Plan B Cubed, who controversially made it through their Mayhem on a judge's decision, beating out both Exterminator and the self-destructive Apex.
Well, whilst the judges were impressed with Apex, they felt that the lack of control and damage it sustained to itself has actually cost them the victory.
Dantom Kia had some difficulties in their Mayhem, struggling against BattleBots Legends Biohazard, but they were able to eventually flip them out of the arena. The former Ultimate Challenge champion has been on a bad patch as of late. An Annihilator win here will put them back in the big leagues. And finally, one of the quickest rising stars here in Robot Wars Omega, Corrosive 3, made it through their Mayhem, flipping Pitbull clean out the arena and side-stranding Tornado. Corrosive 3 made their Robot Wars Omega comeback very recently, and they are looking for war. So those are our 6 machines. But as they prepare for the arena, let me explain how the Annihilator works. So we start off with 6 machines, and each round 1 machine will get eliminated. A new addition for the Annihilator this time round, as the first 2 rounds, consisting of 6 machines and 5 machines, will be contested under no time limit. But when it gets down to 4 machines onwards, there will be the usual 3-minute time limit and judges' decisions. The house robots are Crimson and Toxic Seahorse. The aquatic Toxic Seahorse might be looking for revenge against Corrosive 3. They still remember what happened to them in the Mayhem. But anyways, now that that's out the way, let's go down to the arena and let's go into Overdrive.
So, Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh boy, this is gonna be mad, and already Turbo, probably the most experienced in Robot Wars Omega of the lot, you know, being a former pre-series champion and all that. Dantom Kia, of course, probably the most successful in the televised series, getting 3rd place. Corrosive comes in with a good flip onto Great Cara and Dantom Kia though now. That was very, very good. Turbo 4 gets in a good flip on Dantom Kia. Everybody's having to go at Dantom Kia, it seems here. Turbo comes in with a good flip onto Plan B and Great Cara. In comes Corrosive, coming in for a good flip in onto Demolition Evo. If someone had to ask me the favourites for this match, I would honestly go for either Dantom Kia or Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo due to his experience in Annihilators. Dantom Kia, of course, being a former Ultimate Challenge champion. Of course, 1 machine crashes out here, and well, all these machines, they all have pedigree of some kind, you know. They all have some experience. Corrosive 3, least experience, but that's due to the fact it's a brand new design. That's due to the fact it's a brand new design. Plan B Cubed also a brand new design as well. This is Corrosive 3's 3rd battle. Plan B, this is like their 4th battle, I think. And the 3rd battle for Great Cat Requiem with this new spinner, of course. Dantom Kia trying to start off right. 4 of these 6 machines were in the Royal Rumble as well. Corrosive trying to come in for a good flip and onto Demolition Evo. Turbo 4 comes in for another powerful flip and another really good flip onto Demolition Evo. The reason I think Demolition Evo stands a good chance though, it's sort of the Spikosaurus effect. You know, it could survive here. They may look like an underdog, but genuinely look out for them. I seriously do mean it. And they've always shown promise. We've only seen them in the first 2 series roles in Mega. It's good to have them back, of course. Corrosive self-rights, and after getting in a good flip, Plan BQ. I really don't know who's going to get eliminated first. Danton Kia gets another good attack there in by Corrosive. In comes Turbo 4 with a big flip though. And I think it's clear which one of the flippers is more powerful. Plan B, of course, could have the surviving factor as well. But I guess the Spikosaurus effect as well. Great Cat Requiem, of course, the most destructive, the one that's going to cause the most damage as a result. A very powerful spinner, and now there's a big flip there by Turbo, flipping Great Cat Requiem in onto Danton Kia. Danton Kia, they don't seem to be moving. Have they suffered damage as a result of that big powerful spinner of Great Carrot landing on them? They don't seem to be moving. Turbo 4, Corrosive, Danton Kia, they seem to be conked out, and I thought they were the favourites for this. And wouldn't that be a surprise if they were the first to drop here? The longest reigning Ultra Challenge champion in history. I think it was that high flip Turbo 4 got in onto Grated Carrot. And then they're just landing on Danton Kia. That caused the damage, I think. And oh, a big hit there. Danton Kia, they're not really moving much now, are they? A massive slam into Crimson. That's not going to help. Crimson throws Danton Kia up and over. Danton Kia on their backs, Grated Carrot, another hit! And I think that might be the blow that sealed the deal. And I think all the machines, they're all stepping away from it now. Turbo comes in for another flip onto Demolition Evo. Look out for Turbo. They could be onto something here. Danton Kia, they're not onto anything. They have conked out, I feel. I think they are completely KO'd. Cease. Well, that was a frantic first round. I think just Grated Carrot Requiem, just that big flip Turbo 4 got on them landing on Danton Kia. I think that did all the damage there. That knocked them out. And well, we are now only left with a Furious 5. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate. And as I said in the previous episode, all these machines are custom designed. Normally in the past, it would be the replicas that have dominated. In fact, I think in the last Annihilator, it was, I think there was only like one non-replica, I think, you know, in the last Maximum Overdrive one, which was Liftoff of all machines. That really does show how much the custom builds have just improved over time. And well, Turbo 4 coming in with a good flip onto Plan B. Turbo, a Lego machine as well. Lego does not have the best history. Plan B coming for a good grapple hold of Demolition Evo. We got some good weapons right here. Corrosive looks very promising as well in their own right. A very solid flipper as well. Will we see them score more out of the arena flips? Turbo. I definitely can see Turbo getting some out of the arena flips in this Annihilator. That's for certain. And they are definitely trying to right here. Trying to flip out both Plan B and Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo suffered some damage to the tree mech there. We're not going to need to fix that, but they are a really solid pusher. They are a very solid pusher. Great Carrot Requiem able to self-right, and again, Great Carrot Requiem going all crazy there. Plan B able to self-right. This is a great Annihilator so far. Plan B trying to bring the claw down in onto Demolition Evo. Turbo trying to come in for a big flip onto Great Carrot. Great Carrot now trying to come in for a big hit onto Plan B. And they are trying. Corrosive, upended, able to self-right. And they're trying to flip upgraded Carrot. I think the flipper is suffering some damage there. They may need to do a bit of a repair job here. The heavy weights of all these machines may be taking a toll. Turbo! Ooh! I really did think for a second there we were going to be seeing Plan B go flying. Corrosive free. Flipped up Turbo again. Turbo upended. It's really great to see Turbo back in top form, isn't it? It really is. And a huge flip there onto Corrosive free. Corrosive free. Able to stay in, and again a good flip onto Plan B, and then could be trying to get Plan B up and out of the arena. Turbo 4 trying to flip Plan B up, and again look at the power of Corrosive Free's weapon. It's very powerful, it's very good. And again, Great Carrot Requiem, I guess the weight of the spinner is, you know, it's saving them if anything. And well, I said they look to be an early favourite due to the damage. They could be on their way out. The big bar spinner. Demolition Evo, we've not seen much of them. They've sort of been staying out of the action, taking their shots, you know, taking their turns. Turbo! Ooh, comes in for a good flip. Corrosive now upended. And in comes Plan B. And Plan B has got a puncture in onto Corrosive. That's not very good, is it? That's not good at all. That's not good at all. And well, Turbo now gets that flipper in underneath Demolition Evo. And I thought for a second they were going to be going out the arena then. I really did. Great Carrot has been sort of upended for a while. Can they self-right? Yes, they do. And well, they're trying to get a good pop in at Turbo. I think Turbo's too damn low for them. That's the issue. Although, look at that. That was a good manoeuvre, that was. That was a very good manoeuvre. Turbo 4 gets sent flying there. Turbo now coming for a big flip. And there we go. Great Carrot Requiem comes crashing back down to earth. And now a big, huge flip there from Corrosive 3 onto Turbo. But now Corrosive trying to come in for a good flip. Demolition Evo coming in for a good slam. Great Carrot Requiem able to self-right. And are they going to try and come in for a hit in the side? They do. Now all these machines have been lasting longer than before. But I think Turbo suffered some damage. And that's not good. That's not good for Turbo. They've been looking so impressive so far this match. And now they're upended. They're upended. They're against the wall. And I think Corrosive wants to take advantage of that. No. No, they don't. Well, could they do it again, though? Could they do it again? Turbo upended up against the arena wall. This is proving to be a very, very good battle. This is Demolition Evo coming in for a good hit. Plan B sort of staying out of the action. Corrosive coming in for a flip, maybe getting revenge for that puncture hole. I don't know who's going to drop out here. Well, Turbo upended. They're in a lot of trouble. They are in tons of trouble now. They really are. They really are in a lot of trouble. And this could have turned the tide. And I think that hit might have done the damage yet again. And I think Grated Carrot may have conked out yet another machine. I really think so. Turbo, they've not been mobile. Well, they're back on their wheels, but they're not moving. They ain't moving anymore. And well, from a machine that looks so impressive, well, in an Annihilator, it could all go south so quickly. Turbo, they look immobilized. They look immobile. Grated Carrot has claimed yet another victim. Cease. Well, that is an upset. At least that's an upset to me. Turbo 4, it was looking so good. I genuinely thought they were going to go on and do it. Well, that just shows you how wrong I am. Great Carrot Requiem claims yet another victim with that new spinner. There's only 4 machines left, so the time limit is back. You have 3 minutes to eliminate a competitor. Good luck. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. And I definitely do mean good luck, because with the type of machines we have here and Demolition Evo, I don't think they fixed the issues with the self-righter. Look at that, they're already in trouble. Corrosive comes in for a good flip there onto Great Carrot though. And a good flipping onto Plan B. And Plan B, they're already upended. Corrosive yet to get out of the arena. Flip! But they finally do! That's what they were trying to do that entire last match. And that was over very quickly, wasn't it? Corrosive 3, can you self-right? Can you self-right? Grated Carrot able to. Corrosive struggling to self-right, they do. Demolition Evo, I think Corrosive tried to sportingly self-right them. Yes, that was over in a trice, wasn't it? Cease. Well, that was over very, very quickly. Corrosive 3, well, they didn't need a time limit, did they? It's like they were trying to get out of the arena, flip that entire last match, and they finally do so. The victim was Plan B cubed. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. And as I remind you, a shot at the Undisputed Ultimate Challenge Championship is on the line for all these machines here. And I think all these machines would love to have a shot at the Undisputed Ultimate Challenge Championship. They've never actually had a shot, neither of these machines have. So it will be a fresh opponent for Roadkill, won't it? Corrosive 3 comes in for a good flip in onto Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo probably getting more in the action now. Just waiting their turn, waiting until the other machines are a bit more battle-worn. And here they go, coming in that lifting shovel in onto Corrosive, and they're pushing Corrosive into Toxic Seahorse. Toxic Seahorse bringing down that weapon. Great Carrot Requiem able to self-right their spinner, and I think they're going to try and come for a hit. But Demolition Evo, they're none the wiser. They saw it coming. They turn around, scoop first, and they're trying to come for a good push right there onto Grated Carrot. Corrosive upended. Can they self-right? Yes, and well, I think they're going to have another go at Toxic Seahorse. Yes! But look out for Crimson! You've got to look out for Crimson. Corrosive Oh, Crimson trying to avenge her friend there. Toxic Seals and Corrosive, they seem to have a bit of issues going on here. Corrosive upended upside down. Can they self-right? Well, Grated Carrot is coming in with a big hit. And again, another big hit by Grated Carrot. Demolition Evo self-righting, and they're going to try and lift up Grated Carrot. Yes, they do lift them up, giving them a piggyback ride, ramming them into the arena wall. Corrosive now lifting up, now trying to get in a good lift up there onto Grated Carrot. Demolition Evo trying to come in for a good shove, and now Grated Carrot is now going to try and come in for a hit there, and onto the big tanky design that is Demolition Evo. It's quite similar to 101. It's modelled after those bomb disposal robots, you know, made to defuse bombs, you know, with those big tank treads. It's modelled after that, so it is designed to be tough, and they are proving to be tough here. Corrosive, all more about the flipper than the pizzazz, the flash, and, well, the good armor. It's all about that huge, powerful flipper, but can they get them out of the arena? Yes, they do! And Corrosive has taken out yet another machine! And wow! I thought they were on the verge of an elimination! No! Corrosive 3 just flipped out Grated Carrot Requiem in impressive style. And they and Demolition Evo are our Annihilator finalists. Cease. And well, you can't get any two different machines. The smash mouth flipper of Corrosive and the controlled lifting shovel of Demolition Evo. This is going to be a good final. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. And what a breakout year it's been for both machines. You know, they've always been in Robot Wars Omega, or rather, well, the previous versions of Corrosive have been in Robot Wars Omega. Demolition Evo hasn't changed at all. I mean, they felt they haven't had to. They just said they've just been unlucky, and they definitely are proving that. And well, what a breakout performance it's been. You know, both machines finally performing to a good standard. Corrosive getting in good flips onto Demolition Evo, but that's what I mean. Demolition Evo, they wait their turn. It's a calm, patient machine. Corrosive himself right though. And what's funny is, Demolition Evo won the first mayhem, Corrosive won the last. How interesting. Anyways, enough of that. Corrosive flipped up and over. Demolition Evo pushing Corrosive into Toxic Seals. Toxic Seals want some revenge, I feel. Yes, they do. And well, could this be? Oh no, using the power of the lifter to get off that spike. Very inventive there for Corrosive. It would be great for either of these. I think either of these machines will put up a great effort against Roadkill. I really do, you know. Both machines have been dormant for a while, but it's great to see them come back and perform so well. Corrosive 3 flipping up Demolition Evo. Self-righting, Corrosive coming in for a good flip. Into Crimson CPZ. Crimson flips Demolition Evo away. Corrosive upended. Upside down. Demolition Evo pushing Corrosive. Corrosive trying to self-right. And well, they definitely did go flying with that self-righter, didn't they? They certainly did. Corrosive upended in trouble. And again being slammed into the pulverizer. And again, I think they're getting sent into Toxic Seahorse's corner. Yes. And again, another big hit. Again, another big hit for Corrosive. And Corrosive even more stuck in there. They had to fire the flipper a bit more. Limited CO2 supply on that flipper. It's one of the most powerful flippers we've seen in the Warzone. It's a very crazy flipper. It's very hectic, very chaotic. Demolition Evo flipped up and over. Corrosive on their backs. Demolition Evo able to self-right. Corrosive getting that flipper in underneath Demolition Evo. And again, he flipped up and over. Demolition Evo comes in for a good shove. We only have a minute left of this match. Wouldn't it be great if it goes to the judges? The judges decide the Annihilator champion and who gets to meet Roadkill. And again into Toxic Seahorse. Again, Toxic Seahorse are turning Corrosive into a pepper pot here. And well, isn't this deserved? You know, they had a cheeky pop at Toxic Seahorse, and well, it's coming back to them here. I said last week, the house robots don't forget. They never do. Corrosive upended on its back. Corrosive, can they self-right? They do self-right. Such a flamboyant self-right. Such a flamboyant machine, isn't it? And again, another flip onto Demolition Evo. But Demolition Evo coming in for a good shove here. And oh, look at that! Using the self-righting arm to get Corrosive up. Corrosive on its side. Demolition Evo just packing them and bullying them into the corner there. And again, Demolition Evo sends Corrosive into Toxic Seahorse. And again, Toxic Seahorse bringing it down. And it is going to go to the judges. And well, this is going to be a very close match with such high stakes on the line. There you go, Corrosive. You did yourself right eventually. Cease. And the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria: damage, control, and aggression. And Demolition Evo wins! They are our Annihilator champions!
And the judges did give the nod to Demolition Evo. It was a great fight. It was a great effort from Corrosive 3, but being great just wasn't good enough. And Demolition Evo, perhaps the surprise package. Massive congratulations to Demolition Evo, our new Annihilator champions. And, well, that does mean that they will be taking on Roadkill 2 next week. And, well, I just can't wait for that. The tough lifting shovel and the speedy pusher. It's going to be one right old war of attrition. And, well, I am sure you don't want to miss that. So to keep in touch with the action, please be sure to subscribe. And, well, until next time, TBB, signing off.